All right. What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to Capone News. We have a very special guest here, Miss Billy Blue.
Yes. Hello, what's good? Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you for pulling up.
No problem.
You've been having a year. Well, actually, you've been having, what do they call it? Like an incline in your career? Like, because just doing research and tracing back to when you first started to now, it seemed like you're growing every year. So I guess that's a great thing, right?
Yeah, it's like, it's slow and steady, but it's steady.
Yeah, that's better than, because they always say when you shoot up, there's nowhere else to go but down, right? But if you're gradually going up.
Yeah, I like the growth. And then people, my fans, everybody getting to see me grow. So I think it's like, they like it too. And it's cool to watch it. It's like, it's dope.
Would you say that's probably, what is, I guess you can say, what is the most rewarding part about, the process or the journey?
Just seeing things come to life. Like, it's like, okay, I did this and this to make this happen, and it's happening. Like, so just seeing like everything getting executed properly and things, seeing the plan come into action is dope to see. Because you do things like, especially with music, you gotta kind of do it. You can't expect nothing from it, So you do things and you just hope for the best and you put it out. But to see like what you want coming from it is so dope.
Yeah. And every time something happens, is it shocking?
It's shocking exciting? Every single time. Like I'd be hype over the littlest things. What? Like I like mangoes. If you would have had a mango here, I'd be like, oh my God, they got mangoes. Like I'd be excited about the littlest things. So I'm just so appreciative of everything. Yeah. So it'd be dope to me.
Yeah, I think people read that kind of attitude. To me, that's like, because one of my mentors always say, like, manners will take you where money won't, right? So it's like, that attitude of appreciation, even if it's just the little things, I think, the people who support you really, really hound in on that. Because, I see you're very, I don't want to use the word collaborative, but you're very, like, interactive with the people who support you, especially on Twitter. You're heavy on Twitter, responding and all that. So I guess those kind of things really go a long way.
Yes, it does. I feel like engagement is really big. Like nobody wants to feel small or nobody wants to feel unappreciated. Like, people do things for a reason. Even not to say that they do things because they want you to reply or whatever the case may be. But people just like to feel appreciated. Like, I like to feel appreciated. And when I do put stuff out and people share it and all of that, I just want to like tell you thank you. Because you didn't have to do it. It's so many things in the world that you could have been doing. But, you're here with me. So I appreciate it.
That's dope. That's dope. All right, so let's walk back real quick. So Cypress Hill, East New York. What was a young Billy B like growing up in that area?
I was crazy because, my whole family is a little crazy. So it was like... I was crazy, but I thought it was normal. But it was fun. Like I used to love being outside with my friends. I just used to love being outside with my friends. The whole living in the projects was just such a sense of community to me. It was like, okay, I live here. My friend live here. My other friend live here. My other friend live here. I'm just staying here. All we got to do is go outside. We could bring our toys. Like I just loved everything about that. Like us being all in one place. And I just was indulging in it. But then as I got a little older, my mom was like, you're not staying in these projects. You're not staying in these projects forever. You better go to the city, go to the Bronx. It's a whole world. Go get on that train and ride and travel and go see other things and do other things. And I think that helped a lot too. But yeah, I was crazy at first, and I got crazy and crazy. I'm just now bringing it down a couple notches. Like I would literally probably when I had my son, that's when I toned
it down.
Yeah, because I'm just like I was sober while I was pregnant, and it made me realize how like being sober for 9 months was like. Damn, I was wilding. I was wilding every day for years and years and years like that. I haven't been sober before my pregnancy. I was every day drinking, smoking. Like I was crazy.
Yeah. So what do you think that was? You think that was an escape because of where the environment that you were in?
I don't know if it was an escape. Like inside of me, I love fun. I hate to be bored. I was the only child growing up, until I was like 15. My mom had my sister at like 15. But I was the only child growing up, so I had to like, make fun, like, and use my imagination a lot and like make stuff up. So when I would get around my cousins and shit, it used to be so fun. Like, so I was always chasing like that fun and that like, I love that. And I think I was just taking it a little too far.
Yeah.
So I used to always just want to be turned up. And I just used to be scared, like, we could die any day. Like, I want to have fun. Like, I don't want, people used to be like, yo, I love to watch movies. I never watch movies because I'm like, my life is a movie. Like, I'm literally living a movie. Why would I waste my time sitting for 2 hours doing nothing, watching somebody else when I could be living and making a movie? Like, I'm just now starting to watch movies. I think I got ADHD. My attention span is really short.
Yeah. No, you're, excuse me. You're on a good point right now because I feel the same way, but on like camera phones, like when I'm out and about, I don't like pulling out my phone and recording because I'd rather be in the moment. So I think I get what you're saying. Like I'd rather experience it and tell people about it.
Yeah, about my experience.
Yeah.
Because how did the movie get here? Somebody had to live that out and then write it out, you know? Like, so I'd rather just be the person that's living it and then we could go put it on wax or put it wherever and tell that story. I think maybe that's why I'm an artist.
Yeah.
You know?
No, that correlation, I can see that. So, okay, since you like to tell stories, what I learned about you is high school, you got kicked out of high school.
Yeah, 4 schools.
Just being bad.
Yeah, it's only like 4 years of school and I got kicked out every year.
Wow.
Year. Fighting, skipping school. Like, I used to come to school. I went to Transit. I went to Lockland. I went to school in North Carolina. And then I graduated from alternative school. So I was all over the place. But I just hated school. I was rebellious from young. Like, I don't like people telling me what to do. So that whole schedule, you got to be here at this time and you got to leave at this time and you can't go to the bathroom and you can't. I'm like, listen, I'm going to do what I want to do. Yeah. And that really fucked me up.
In which way? Like, how do you feel like that?
Because I was like lawless, like, so I was like just rebellious. And sometimes doing what you want to do is not doing what you're supposed to be doing. So it kind of held me back because in school, I wasn't doing my schoolwork. And then by the time everybody graduated, it's like some people's going off to college. And I'm like, damn, I wanted to go, but I can't. Them schools ain't accepting me, girl. Them grades is barely making, like I barely made it. Like, so I'm like, dang, like I did what I wanted these whole 4 years. Time blew. And now everybody's moving on to this day life. And I gotta figure it out. Yeah. So it wasn't good, but I'm happy because, I got to just be myself and learn myself.
Now, I know you said you kind of dibble and dabble, North Carolina, back to New York, Brooklyn. Like, was that, from one interview, you said it was just during the summertime. Like, you said it was
North Carolina, I only was there for like 6 months.
Wow.
I got kicked out again. I got kicked out of the schools in New York. I couldn't go to private schools anymore. They put me in the book. So like in private school, when you like...
When they accept you.
Yeah. Like I got kicked out. They said it was a violent thing. So no other Catholic schools would accept me. So then I had to go to public school. I went to public school. I got in there, got into a fight. The girl put an order of protection out on me. So I couldn't come back to that school.
You got a restraining order again.
Yeah, restraining order. So I couldn't come back to that school, but I only been in the school for a little bit. It was a lot. It was a lot. So then I went to North Carolina and I was there for like 6 months. I got into a fight there. And when you switch in schools like that, if it's not like a certain amount of time, you have to go back to your zone. So I had to go back to New York and I couldn't go to any schools out there. So they was like, your only option is alternative school. So I ended up going to Cascades over here.
But you finished though, right?
Yeah, I finished. Okay. And I finished early too.
So you were smart.
Like, yeah, I was smart. I just
didn't want to be
rebellious.
In that system.
Yeah.
Like,
I didn't like that. I didn't like who, like, why you gotta, I liked the alternative school because they used to give me the packets where I could get my credits, like, just do this packet and you get your credit. I'm like, see, this is more my style. Like, school should be like this. Why do I have to get up every morning when y'all could just give me the damn work and I could do it at home? Like, I got other things to be doing.
and I get what you're saying because ideally they're teaching you things that you don't really need.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I get the fundamental things that, the foundational things that we all need, the basic reading and all that. But the other things is like, I don't really, some people, we just go to fly. I just get fly and go.
That was my thing. That was my thing. In transit, I was like, I'm not coming to school if I don't have a new outfit. Like that, I was big on that. Like I have to new polo, Louis. I have to have a new outfit because what's the point? Like, you know, I went in my first day of school. I had Louis pocketbook, Louis sneakers, I had everything. So everybody's like, "What the fuck?" So now I got to keep this up. Like I can't be. So it was days if I ain't have no outfit, I'm just not coming to school. Like I'm not doing it.
On this topic though, just you talking about being fly in school. I remember you saying like, you know, you said before that you had it good at home that you forgot you were in poverty. Like, explain that a little more.
Well, my mom was just a hustler. So, like, I used to have everything, but we was in the projects. Like, so to me, the projects it wasn't like, I didn't look at it like, oh, like it was a roof over my head. So I didn't look at it like, oh, I'm in the slums or anything like that. And I had clothes. my hair was always done. I always had stuff. So I felt like I was rich. Like I didn't think that I didn't think he was messed up because my mom always did what she had to do. So it didn't click until like I got older and I was like, oh wait, the projects look like jail. Like these projects look like jail. Like, oh shoot. Okay, all right. And then I started to get it. Like, and it's so crazy because my uncle, he had a big house. Like he lived in East New York too, but he lived on the other side. Like by what's that park? He lived by the park.
I'm not from New York.
I know. I'm like, what's that park? He lived by a park by like closer by Queens. And he had like a mini mansion. And I would go over there and chill, but the projects were still cool to me. Like the heat used to be bumping. My friends was there. Everything was there. So it didn't click to me. I just thought I was like, my mother was like, you like Nunu from ATL. She's like, you okay, but you just want to be hood so bad. And I'm like,
Nunu was rich though.
Yeah, she was rich. It's like money. The reverse. Yeah. I was broke, but I thought I was rich. I thought I was the richest thing. You couldn't tell me I wasn't rich. Like it's like the reverse Nunu, but like
it's called extreme manifestation because maybe knew that's what you was gonna be.
And it's so crazy because when I was younger, I used to sit and do my autographs in the back of my book.
Wow.
I just be like, I'm gonna be famous one day, so and I used to practice. I'd be like, hey guys, it's your girl. Like I used to practice that as a kid.
Did you know particularly like what it was gonna be, or you just knew you were gonna be famous?
No, I used to watch a lot of MTV.
Wow.
So like I just used to copy what I used to see.
Okay.
And I used to be like, I'm gonna do that. Let me do it. And I used to do it.
So okay, since we're on this topic, so when did music come into the picture? Because I know you said one of your homeboys got you into the studio.
Yeah, my homeboy 40,000. Shout out to 40,000. He was rapping and he was doing his thing.
Okay.
And when I started hanging out with them, I'm like, damn, this is dope. Like I need to be the girl of this whole situation. Like we were a crew, but everybody was their individual rappers. Like we wasn't a group, but it was a crew. Tree Hot Cartel, that was our name. Yeah, that's where the THC in my name come from. So we was all a crew, but everybody was individual rappers, right? So when I'm seeing them performing and all this, I'm like, oh, this is crazy. This is when there was like a scene in the city. All down here, it was like a crazy scene, like a crazy hip hop scene. And it was just like, people used to call it like the hipster scene.
Okay.
And they used to perform and there'd be mad parties, mad underground parties, all type of stuff. And when I got indulged in that, I was like, oh yeah, I definitely want to be an entertainer. Like this is fly. So my homeboy, he was rapping. And then one day I was like, yo, yeah, I know I could rap too. And they was like, it was like, okay, because they were real rappers, like they real rappers. So I'm like, nah, for I can rap. And then I just started spitting something for them. And they was like, oh shit. You type really could rap. We're gonna take you to the studio. We're gonna take you to the studio. And I'm like, all right, bet. I'm just like, this is fun. And he took me to the studio and me, him, and my other homeboy 2-seater, we all hopped on a song. And then from there it was lit. But he had stopped rapping for like, he was just going through whatever he was going through. And he was like, I'm not taking no more bookings. I'm not rapping no more. And I was his hype girl. So I'm like, how you going, like, what I'm gonna do? I still want to perform. I still want to do shows and stuff. And he like, yeah, you could just do it. Like, just do it. Like, put your songs out and do it. And I'm like,
you got lost.
Yeah, I was lost. I'm like, what the hell? But then I had this is when I was scamming. I was doing my ones and twos. I ended up getting locked up one day and I was like, damn, I gotta take this rapping shit serious because I'm playing around. Like, I could put music out and I'm over here in the street and I'm about to go to fucking jail. Like, this is stupid. So I said, I paid like $7,000 for my lawyer to get off that case. And after that, I said, I'm gonna take this rap shit serious. And from there, I still was playing around with it after that. I think I was just scared, but I started to take it more serious then.
Yeah. All right, so let's go back because I like what you just said, and I like bullshit. So, so I had it written down, but I was gonna let you bring it up. Since you brought it up, I did see in some of your interviews you mentioned you didn't go in depth into it, but you said you did get arrested a couple of times. Like, what the hell were you doing? I
was scamming. I could talk about it now
because car swiping.
Yeah, credit cards. I was doing it up. Child.
Was that like a big thing in New York at that time?
Yeah, it was like, okay, so like the whole drug dealing era. That wasn't really my era. I wish it was. So I would have been a queen pen.
You'd have been a fly.
I would have been a queen pen back in the ARC days. My niggas still could get the burners in the Barclays. I would have been a queen pen. I would have had a couple blocks. I would have did a lot. Like, I know it. Because the way I did the scamming is how I would have did the drug thing. And I was doing the scamming. Good thing I didn't do it to the level that I was about to.
Damn.
But I was doing it. I was going I was state to state, and I was driving. Like, I drove to Colorado, drove to California, I would drive out wherever my plug was like, yo, go here and take this and do it. I was going.
Was this like, you were at a young age? Like, how young were you?
I was like 16, 17.
Damn. Yeah. Doing more than I was at 16.
Yeah, no, because I got my car. My mom had got a car from my stepdad, and I ended up taking the car. And I just started trapping out that car, like, because nobody at that age had no cars, you know. So we was doing our stuff, but we had to do it locally. Like, we gotta go to Target up the block or go da-da. So when I got the car, it was like, yo, now we could go more places. Now we could get more money. So I was just on the road from there.
Don't tell me you were driving state to state.
I was driving state to state, no license, no license, no nothing. Like, wow, just a bunch of credit cards in my bag.
So what happened? Like, how did you, like, you got caught, like, because of you were in a situation, or?
The last time that it was a couple times, but the last time that I got caught, it was Memorial Day, and I woke up, I was like,
you remember the day?
Yeah, it was Memorial Day, and I woke up, I said, I gotta go get me an outfit, because we gotta go. I think it was like a boat ride or something. Somebody was doing something. I said, I gotta go get me an outfit. So I went to Garden State Mall. And I went into, I think it was Lord and Taylor's at the time. That's when that was still open. I went into Lord and Taylor's. So I used to get like perfumes and stuff. Damn, I don't know. Should I be telling all of this? I used to get like perfumes.
Don't go into detail.
Yeah, I used to get perfumes and gift cards and stuff like that. So I went to the Lord and Taylor and I tried because usually I have my shit so good. I'm only going outside with 5 pieces. I don't need 50, 100. I'm going outside with 5 because each one of these gonna hit because the way that I was doing it. So I went out, I swiped my first one and it declined. I'm like, that's weird. You know, it happens, but I'm like, okay. Swiped the second one, it didn't work. I'm like, oh, hell no. I got frustrated. And so the lady, the cashier kind of peeped my energy. Like, you know, if somebody, it's their real car, they're like, what the hell, my car? You know, they're a little bit more frazzled. Yeah. No, I'm like, what? Like, and I'm swiping it and I keep going to the next one. And then she kind of got alerted. And then I went to another store and it worked in the other store. So I'm like, why the fuck it ain't working here? I'm like, maybe it was this fucking lady. Then I ended up going into like Nordstrom's or some Neiman's or something. I'm looking at Chanel shoes, and I'm seeing like LP looking at me, but I didn't do nothing in that store. So I'm like, they could look at me all they want. So I didn't get nothing out of here. But they was following me through the mall. They was following me through the mall. So, so I'm driving. I mean, we driving out the mall, and I was with my baby father at the time, right? So we driving, and I'm like. I see the sirens coming, but we like going onto the highway. I see mad sirens coming. So I'm looking in the rear view. I'm like, damn, they coming for me. He like, nah, they coming because I cut somebody off. They probably just want to pull us over. I'm like, nah, they coming for me. I took all them pieces and I tucked them shit so far down. Like, I probably put them shits up my ass how far I tucked them fucking pieces. I tucked them so hard. And they came for me. They came for me. It was raining and everything. They was like, where are the pieces? I'm like, I don't know what y'all talking about. What y'all talking about? They stripped the car, did everything. They was like, we know you got it. And I was like, I threw it in the garbage in the mall. Once I said that, they all just got off of me. Like the one guy handcuffed me, put me in the car, but the rest of them went in the mall trying to find the stuff, whatever. And then they just took me. And I just called my
your
big
life
bro.
is a movie, yo.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot. But that time right there, I was like, damn. Like, because the way they came, I said, damn, they on me. Like, and I used to go to that mall a lot. So I'm like, I'm done. I'm done. I'm fucking done. And then I had somebody else ID. It was a lot. That day was a lot. It was a lot. So that's when I was like, okay, I gotta do something else. I got a talent and I'm tweaking. Like, I'm getting money to buy clothes, to shoot videos. I'm like, I don't even need to do that. Like,
okay. Now, if you were using that to like, let's say, fund the music, that's reasonable. You know what I mean? Because at least you're trying to enhance your career. You know?
I mean,
financially, you need that support.
See, I was trying to enhance my career, but not correctly.
Now, you was just trying to ball.
I was just trying to show. I was just trying to stunt and put it in the video. Like, I wasn't really like, oh, I'm gonna use it. Like, you know, it was the everything was all. I was doing it all wrong. So
see, that's God.
Yeah,
I had to sit your ass down.
I was like, you're wilding out. Like, you actually have a title. Like, people actually call you a rapper, and you're doing all this extra stuff. When if you just go and rap, you could get what you need to be as fly and do whatever. Like, you're doing you ass backwards. And I was like, damn. But that's just all I knew. Like, that's just all I knew. And I was like, I gotta keep getting money. Yeah, I'm like, I gotta keep getting money. Like, I can't just be no rapper that's what I'm a rap about if I don't get money. Like, so that was my thing. I'm like, I gotta keep getting money. Like,
when did you find the niche? Because you said what I'm a rap about if I'm not getting money. When did you realize that you can actually tell stories, you can be creative without actually being involved in the activity?
Well, after I got locked up, because I said, okay, well, now I'm getting locked up. Now I can just talk about that. Like, you know, now I can talk about that. I can talk about all the stuff. And then now that I got locked up, it was like a weight off my shoulder. Because when you go around, you can't tell people, oh, I'm a scammer. Like, you know, like, like, what do you do? Oh, I scam. Like, credit card fraud. Like, nobody's going to fucking trust you. Nobody's going to want you around. Like, you're a fucking criminal.
So what do you do? So
I'm like... I need to do the music thing, and I could use my story for the music, you know? Like, and then it clicked to me, like, okay, now, so when I got locked up, I'm like, whew, now I could talk about what I'm doing, but not actually have to do it, like, you know?
Yeah.
Or not be afraid that I'm gonna get in trouble because I done got in trouble already, so.
I'm not gonna lie, professional scammer is kind of like,
fire, I'm a professional.
That's kind of fire though. That's a fire resume right there, yo. What are you doing? You know,
that's all I knew. Scammer. Like, that shit was everything to me at one point. Cause all my friends, like, we was all doing it. That's what we was doing. And we was making good money. We was young and we making more money than like our parents, more, you know.
Yeah.
So that
was it worth it? Was it worth it in hindsight? Looking back, you think it was?
Yeah, it was worth it.
As far as like, are you saying that as far as like the experience? Like,
yeah. I mean, I wouldn't do it now.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it now. I got like such a guilty conscience about it. Even like, you know, certain things. But my thing, I used to make myself feel good about it. I'm like, you could call the bank and dispute it. Like, you could call the bank. It's not like I'm not selling drugs. I'm not killing nobody. You know, like, you could call the bank and just dispute it. But that shit kills people mentally. You know, you taking their money that they work hard for. Like, that shit is not cool. But I used to make myself feel good about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I wouldn't do it again. But I would say it was worth it because I had to do what I had to do. You know, I had to.
No, I get what you're saying, survival. But let's get more into your story because you besides that, you really have an interesting story. And you know, this is probably a story you've told multiple times. But as of recent, I was looking on somebody's Instagram page and I saw them made a post about it. And it was about your uncle. You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, King Tut.
Walter Johnson, the real name.
The infamous.
The government name.
Yes.
But what I want to talk about is something that I heard you said on a platform. And I thought, you know, there was some real life lesson from it. You're talking about the consequences of your family's actions and what they do. Basically, like, people are in the streets and they feel like it's just them, but really it's not just you. Like, whatever you do, and I'm not saying whatever your uncle did fell on you. I'm just saying there was just a bigger picture in what you said. And
I mean, shit, you could kind of say, I don't want to say fall on me, but like when people know that that's sometimes people be like, oh, no, keep away.
Really?
Because they just, it's like, oh, I don't even want to be associated just from whatever they've heard. So even down to that, it could trickle down all the way. But my grandmother got shot because
that's the story.
Yeah, they were coming, some guys, I guess, I don't know what my uncle did. He did a whole bunch of stuff. But whatever he did, the guys were trying to come get him and they couldn't get to him. So they was like, okay, we're going to hit you where it hurts.
Wow.
And they came to my grandmother's house and they knocked on the door. When she came to the door, they shot through the door, shot her in the leg. Thank God they just shot down. But yeah, they shot her in the leg. And it was just like a warning shot to my uncle, like, we coming for you, really. Like, we coming for you. And it's just crazy. I see a lot of kids nowadays, even like kids just be going on live. I feel like we all, the disrespect is at an all-time high now.
Yeah, it is.
It's at an all-time high. But people don't, like, you don't know who you especially like on the internet and all that, you don't know who you talking to. Sometimes we get on the air and I be seeing other rappers and stuff. They like, oh, suck my dick, fuck your dead peoples or whatever. And it's like,
it gets rewarded though. I think that's why they do it, because the disrespect gets rewarded. When you do that, now you're getting posted on a bunch of blog pages, highlighting you for the disrespect. Yeah. So they feel like
it's shock value. Yeah, it's shock value.
Exactly.
And for if you lack substance, that's easy to do. If you lack substance, of course, you could go be the loudest person in the room. Like, people that don't really do nothing, they come in, they see, like, oh, all these people do something, I'm going to steal the show. I'm going to just be loud. Like, you don't got nothing else to do. You can't come in here and have no conversation. So you just being loud and trying to fight and do... It's weird. I get it with, the clout and all of that. But you really don't know. Like, you don't know. You got to be careful with that shit. Like I said in the other platform, I was like, you can't shit where you sleep. Like, you got to be careful. Things might not affect you, but it could affect everybody around you. The person you love the most. And they don't got nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
They don't got nothing to do. They was never there. They didn't say it, nothing, but they'll get to them to get to you.
Now, I know, excuse me, I know you were a little younger when he was around, but I wonder how much does, his life impacted your decision of being in the streets?
You know what's so funny? When the feds picked him up, he was picking me up from school. So I used to ride with him a lot. He named me. Like, he gave me my first nickname, China Doll, and he named me. He gave me my real name and stuff. That's my mother's brother, so they was really close. And when she had me, he kind of like just took me under his wing. So I was with him a lot. So all the music, like, he used to let me hear all the rap music and let me sing it and let me curse and all of that.
Do you send him music now? Just
he knows of it. I mean, I don't send him music.
Well, obviously. Well.
Yeah, because the things I be talking about, I still be like,
you don't want him to know?
No, I mean, he know, but certain stuff when he's talking freaky and stuff like that, like, I don't send that.
Wow. So you got a limit.
Yeah, I still got respect, Okay. I still got morals and respect. I ain't like, listen, I'm not to y'all, but to my family, I'm still just regular, Jaja, right?
Wow, yeah.
But yeah, no, like, he used to let me hear music on it. He used to tell my mother, she gonna be a rapper. She ghetto. She real ghetto. She gonna be a rapper. My mother's like, no, don't say that. He's like, I'm telling you, she gonna be a rapper. She know all the songs. She always singing the songs. And I used to tell him, like, I used to be like, if you don't take me to Toys R Us, I'm going to tell his wife at the time, I'm going to tell my aunt that you had the models in the car. He used to be like, yo, don't do that. So I was extorting. I was doing I was gangster from young. I had it in me. He always knew it. So him seeing all of this, he's not even shocked. My mom, I talked to him a lot. So
do you feel like subconsciously you kind of like picked up on that lifestyle a little bit?
I think so. From him, my mom, if you meet my grandmother, you'll understand why her kids are the way they are. She is thorough. Like, from Harlem. She like, yeah, I used to be with Bumpy Johnson. Like, my grandmother is thorough. So it's just the whole family. Like, that's all I was around. So it was just like second nature.
Mm-hmm. So let's fast forward a little bit, because I know you said when you really started taking this seriously, you clicked up with Scheme was the name
in LA.
in LA,
Mm-hmm.
Atlanta a couple times. Y'all were
Mm-hmm.
doing music.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I heard you. It's just interesting to see like how much your life can change when you actually like go head forward and just start going all out. But to hear you say you were in rooms with Young Thug, DJ Drama, like what did those moments solidify for you being in those rooms?
It was dope. The first day when I got to Atlanta, we went to Mean Streets and Scheme was like straight to work. So I didn't even get to like put my stuff down, and he had the beat playing, whatever. And I wrote this rap. The song is out too. It's called Overflow, me, Scheme, and Thrash. When I wrote my verse and I went in and I recorded it, Uzi came in the room and he was like, yo, that's fire. Wow. And I was in so much shock. Like, I'm like, for real? Like, he's like, yeah, that's fire. I'm like, okay, I felt like a real rapper. It was just weird. It was weird. I don't know. It felt good because I was around, that was my first time being around like real artists. Like, okay, this is real. Like, when you get the Mean Streets and you with Drama and Cannon and everybody going, and I got mad drunk one night and Zaytoven came and gave me a ginger shot and I didn't even know who he was. And he was like, you all right? You gonna feel better. Take this ginger shot. And I took the shot and I'm like sitting there, I'm all fucked up. And they was like, you know who that was? I'm like, no. They're like, that was Zaytoven. I was like, oh shit. But I don't know. I'm not really like ever starstruck. Cause you know, I already felt like I was a star girl.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So it just felt like it was just surprising. Like, wow, I'm really doing this now. Like, this is real now.
Yeah.
But it was natural. Honestly, it was natural. I wasn't scared or nothing. I just went in and did what I do when I'm at home, and everybody was just like, "Oh shit, okay, she's lit."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that's when you kind of like the whole mindset changed.
Well, when I went to LA, period, I was focused. I was like, the rap shit is, I gotta do this. Like, I gotta take it to the top. So and then LA, it give you like this, you feel more like a celebrity in LA. Just the way that everything is, especially being like from New York. When you go to LA, it's like really Hollywood. Like the studio sessions was different. Everything was different. Like it was just so different.
What made you make that move, by the way? That's a huge transition. What made you want to?
So my scammer friends,
okay,
you know, we moving around. They went and they set up shop in LA, and they used to call me like, "Yo, it's lit out here. Like it's lit for getting money, and it's lit for like the music. Like you should come out here." So I'm like, I don't know. I was bullshitting around for mad long. They was there for like 3 years before I even came. I was like, I don't know. And then my one of my best friends, Marlon, rest in peace to Marlon. He was like, I'm sending you $2,000 right now. Book your flight, come out here. I was like, all right, fuck it. You gonna pay for it, I'll go. And I went to the strip club that night. I blew like $600. I blew like $600 of those dollars. Then I booked my flight and I went to LA. And when we got out there, I was like, oh shit. I'm like, I ain't never going back home. I ain't never going back. It was just so lit.
You got $2,000 to change your life. But instead of saying, let me change my life, you said,
I was getting money too. I was getting money too. So it was like free money, like, you know?
I know, but it's just like, just the thought of like, yo, I'm gonna give you $2,000 so you could come to a place so you can get your shit off.
Yeah, no, he was serious about the music shit. He always wanted me to like, he used to be like, yo, you gotta take it serious. I'm like, I am taking it serious. I do it. Like, I go to the studio. He like, no, you gotta take it serious.
Yeah.
And then he sent me that and he was like, come out here and I was like, all right. And I took it to the strip club. Sure did. Because you need inspiration as an artist. You need inspiration.
Oh, you find inspiration in the strip club?
Yes.
Okay. I find inspiration. No, I find inspiration in the strip club.
Listen, as an artist, you gotta go into certain places. Like I don't go to the club because I want to party and dance. I go to the club so I could catch a vibe, see what the people are bouncing to, see what's like getting the people on their toes. And like, I'm not in there to have fun. I'm in there observing. Like,
I'm gonna tell you this. I never used to like the song WAP until I went to the strip club, yo. It's a different experience. Yeah,
when you seeing it,
and you hearing it,
you know, it hit different. It hit different.
That song, I remember going to my homeboy during that experience. I remember turning to my homeboy and I was like, yo, WAP is a fire song.
Sometimes you gotta experience, you gotta like get inspired or like environments though. Like it's like I could write in my house, but if I go to the studio, that's a working environment. It just make you wanna do more. So I just feel like I'm big on like going to certain places just to catch inspiration. So I'm like, yeah, I gotta go to the strip club, then I'm gonna hop on my flight, and then I'm gonna go to LA. You know, and it's all just like, because I'm just doing this superstar shit in my head. And I went out there and it was late. And then my first day out there, we went in the studio, and that's when I met Scheme. And literally the minute he heard my shit, he was like, put it on, let me hop on this, let me do this. He was fucking with me off rip. And it was just, he just wanted me to come everywhere with him. Scheme had me in Chris Brown sessions at Chris Brown house. Scheme used to take me everywhere. Like, and he was just showing me like the behind the scenes. You know, he write for a lot of people.
Yeah. How's your relationship with him now?
I haven't spoken to him in some time, but probably like, I haven't spoken, but Scheme is a very like, if you know Scheme, he's like in his own world, in his own bubble. He remind me of Lil Wayne a lot. Like Scheme is in his own bubble. So he come out only for certain occasions. He's very into himself. So I haven't seen him in a minute, but we had a really good relationship. Like when I was in Atlanta, we were sleeping on the couch together at Lake House. Like we were sleeping on the couch. He used to show me shit. He's like, watch this artist, watch this, like just watch all these people. These is like, you know, how you want to be as an artist. You got to come with this type of vibe. You got to do it. Like he was giving me a lot of advice and pointers and stuff. And it was just dope. I just used to soak it all up.
So I want to talk about a name real quick, because I see on different platforms, I see Blue, and then on other platforms, I see B.
Yeah.
So are you changing it to B or like?
Well, it's the B stands for Blue.
Yeah, well, I know, but I'm just saying, like, are you keeping it short? Like, what?
I'm gonna keep it's Billy Blue. I mean, it's Billy B. I'm sorry, it's Billy B, but the B stands for Blue. So sometimes I say Billy Blue, sometimes, but professionally it's Billy B.
Okay, professionally is
yeah,
Billy
like
B.
my BMI, everything is like it's Billy B.
Okay, the reason why I asked that is because like I know the 9 Trays. Like, how does a Crip go with
child.
Billy B?
That's
gotta be troubles.
When I first started like picking up some traction, they was on my ass about it. But my name alone, like I named myself Billy because I wanted people to think that it was a boy.
I know. You said it was you and your friends.
Yeah, like we all was in a group and we was like, we had Billy names. I was Billy B, Billy Jean, Billy K. It was all of us. But I wanted people, like we wanted people to think we were boys, like because we're rappers. So it's like we wanted people to think we were boys. And then when we pop out, they like, oh, it's some baddies and they like they rapping and all of that. So my whole MO is just based off of like controversy and shock value. Yeah. So when that happened, I was just laughing like, and then I started rapping about it like, yeah, my name is Billy B, but bitch, I'm fucking with the Crips. Like it was, people used to be like, how the hell you Crip, but you got a blood name? That don't make no sense. I'm like, I know Crips named Red.
Yeah.
Like, I know, like, what the fuck? That don't got nothing to do. They don't really got nothing to do with that. But I get where but it worked for me because it caused a lot of conversation. Like, is she blood? Is she Crip? Her name is Billy, but she's saying she Crip. It caused, that shit helped.
I like that. That's smart.
That shit. That wasn't no marketing scheme.
It was just like,
that wasn't no marketing scheme. I just did that, and that shit fucking worked. People were talking, and I was just laughing, like whatever.
So now professionally, Billy B, and you people kind of understand now.
Yeah, now they get it. I mean, I don't know. People still comment that and be like, "How is your name?" Nah, that's blood, and I just ignore it now, but. Yeah, I never cared, honestly.
Yeah. Maybe I should have changed the back.
Yeah, you should have made it blue. Nah, the red, I like the ambiance. I got nothing against. I love the Bloods. I got a lot of blood friends, blood, whatever. I'm not.
Yeah, I think that's the misconception, is that people think that interaction doesn't occur, like with the Bloods and
maybe
Crips and,
like back
I guess in
days,
different neighborhoods it's a lot different, but listen, for the most part, I've seen a lot of Bloods and Crips.
New York.
My brother's a Blood. My brother's a Crip, by the way.
Okay.
He lives in LA. He's a Crip.
Yeah. So New York politics is different than like LA politics and stuff like that. And I see this is like a big thing even now. Like people it's different. It's totally different. So I can understand, because with gang culture, people think, especially people that really don't know about gang culture, they like, well, ain't that your ops? Like, how y'all cool or whatever? Exactly, but. Yeah. It especially my generation of growing up. Like there's sets inside of sets. Fucking Crips be beefing with Crips. It's a lot. It's a lot behind. I be so exhausted with this shit because it be like it's if I start to tell you, it's like we gonna go down the fucking rabbit hole, and it's a lot to explain. But it's basically just off of the different neighborhoods and different sets and sectors and all type of stuff.
Yeah,
it gets deep.
Now I want to pivot real quick. I saw a tweet of yours that I thought I think would make for a good conversation. Just recently, I ran into Deb. She was on Mav Hoffa podcast, and I think this tweet, what you tweeted, kind of resembled what she was saying. But you said fuck the female empowerment shit, and so I'm curious on why you said that.
I say. I did another interview, and I said that shit. But I stand on that because I feel like, okay, I look at things, me being from the projects and me being an aggressive female, right? Other females, especially females in position, they don't really like to deal with those type of females. They don't like to deal with those type of females.
Why you think that is?
Just because it's like, it's just not my kind of girl. Like, girls are very catty and very precise, and like if you gotta kind of be a girl's kind of girl for her to want to get into you, or you gotta be somebody. So I've seen people like try to like push me to the side because it's like that's not my kind of girl, or they intimidated by me. They think I'm like because I'm affiliated, or they just see my demeanor, or they hear my raps. They probably think like, okay, we probably won't get along and stuff like that. So they try to like push me to the side and try to like scoop me out and put other girls in front of me and whatever. And I'll be like, okay. And then now when me picking up steam, you see a lot of them doubling back.
Wow.
And it's like, hey girl, who girl, da, da, da. So I said, fuck the female empowerment shit, because that shit is fucking fake. When women say that female empowerment, that's because they want to connect with somebody that they feel like is above them or out of their reach. So they try to use that as like, come on girl, we gotta help each other out. Wow. But it's like you ain't really about helping nobody out. You just trying to benefit yourself. I'm for a sisterhood. I done met plenty of females from all around the world, and you genuinely connect with them, and you be like, whoa, like we two different type of people, but we get along so well. We work so well. We do stuff. We help each other. There's no competition. Like, I'm for a sisterhood. That female empowerment shit, I feel like it just became like a trend. Like the actual empowerment behind it, it'd be fake. It's just like, girl, I want to get in this building, or I want to get next to this nigga. So female empowerment, like, and it just be so fake. Like, girls are catty. And we see what the girls do.
Yeah, we see them.
We see what.
Have anybody embraced you in the industry? I know a lot of people, big names embraced you, but
plenty of people let me see on the female tip. It's probably hard for me to think about right now, but plenty of people have embraced me, and that's where I say it felt more like a sisterhood. But then then you get the girls that be like female empowerment, and it just feels so fake. I'm not a fake bitch. Like, I can't be fake I could be cordial. We could have a working relationship and all that. But if I feel like you're trying to use me,
you're not with that.
I'm not with that.
Yeah.
I'm not with that. Especially when I can't use your ass. Like, bitch, if you're gonna try to use me, at least have something I can use you. At least let's do it. Like, but then that's still fake, Like, if we're just trying to use each other, that's fucking fake. Like,
I read before that, there's nothing wrong with being used because,
you want to be useful. You don't want to be useless.
Yes.
You don't want to be useless. So of course, if people gonna want to try to use you and all type, but it's just like, I don't like when they try to build these fake bonds off of a fake narrative. Like, I don't like that. Cause I've met plenty of girls. They be like, I like you, and I'm a root for you. I'm a push for you. And then you meet some girls that be like, they could have pushed for me. They could have did things, and they be like, no. But then now they see you in a different position. Now it's like they want to get behind it. I'm not with that shit. Yeah, I'm not with that shit.
So I want to talk about two things. First off, the elephant in the room. Obviously, your record that you have is going crazy right now. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
By the way, because that's kind of organic too, right?
Yeah.
I guess
it was like 22 months now that this.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? I was telling I think I said this at the event that we were at.
Mm-hmm.
I literally was listening to this record when I was in college.
Yeah?
Yeah, I just graduated college last year.
Congratulations.
So I was literally listening to this record, and I'm not from New York. So I was listening to this record when it wasn't like everyone right now, the whole world listening to it. But I was in college, and I went to school in Wisconsin. I was in college in Wisconsin.
That's so
listening
fly.
to this song. So like, when I came out here and recently this shit took off, I'm like, life is I don't want to swear, but life is a bitch, man. Like, I was in school listening to this. So it's just crazy to see that, because I felt like I was a part of I guess your
the growth.
journey.
Yeah, like, no, and that's why I say, like, with people getting to see like the gradual steps of, oh shit, it's like you said, it felt like you was a part of it. Like, it's so dope. It's crazy as hell though. Like, cause it picked up when we first dropped it. It picked up. It did good. But like,
the video was fly. I've never seen some shit like that.
The energy, I feel like the people was able to feel the energy through the visual, because that energy was on 10. Like, people just kept pulling up. Every time I put my head down and look back up, it was more people and more people and more people. People were calling us. We like, yo, we filming. Like, just come. And everybody just pulled up. The bikes was out. The police was there. It was everything. Like, it was crazy. That energy was just undeniable. So it picked up when we dropped it. But, we just kept going. Like, we just kept going, moved, like, put out other stuff. But we was, like, performing it and stuff. And then recently, that shit just picked up to another level. Like, it just went crazy. I wasn't expecting that, honestly.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that at all. I don't think neither of us expected it, but that's how life works.
No, that's interesting, man. I think, honestly, if you, whatever you believe in, if that don't tell you that something out there exists, I guess that's evidence, right? I don't know what people believe in, but whatever it is in this world,
there is
there is something out there
that is a high power
that wants you to win, apparently, because that's crazy. But because the conversation people always, I'm the type, like, I get invited to a lot of these meetings, not meetings, but these events where they want me to judge artists' music, and I hate shit like that, because I always tell people, like, and I'm gonna call bullshit on that too. I hate people that have those kind of events because there's no expert in this shit. Like, I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't think there's anybody who's gonna tell you your music is gonna be good enough to blow up. Like, who's to tell you that? You know what I'm saying?
And mostly all the people who actually blow up, people told them that they wasn't gonna blow up.
Who the fuck gonna tell you your music?
Even
I hate
like,
that shit, man.
like with how people be like, oh, I want to be an artist, and people tell them, oh, you got to do this. There's no formula. There's no formula. There's no strategy. Of course, you got to be strategic and do certain things, but you just don't. Like, you could be following one person, like, oh, what's her name did this and this, I'm gonna do that, and that shit just won't work for you. Like, whatever's for you will really be for you in this game, and I just had to learn that. And you just got to do you. You got to really, this is one of those fields where you got to really trust your instinct, trust your judgment, and do you. Like, because you just never know. And you're going to get told no a million times, but it's going to be that one yes that get you through. So, but yeah.
I strongly believe that. All right, now let's have some tough conversation. So what do you say to the people, because I was reading the comments, what do you say to the people who say Billy don't get enough popularity off the song as Lola? What do you say to them?
I mean, Lola got a bigger following than me. Lola, she kept with the song, Lola kept performing it on different platforms. I don't know if people peeped that. She kept performing her part on different platforms. So, and it kept going viral. So now it's not like, okay, we put the song out, that went viral and whatever. She went and performed it on like 5 different platforms, and every time she did it again, it went viral, picked up the song. So automatically, if you seen her on any of them platforms, you're going to be familiar with seeing her, right? I didn't go perform my part on mad different other platforms. I just did my verse and just went on. Like, it's not my song for me to keep on promoting, but she did what she had to do with it. It's her song. So she did what she had to do. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
See, people see features and they be feeling like it's not like she did a feature with Future where you're going to be like, oh, I know Future more. And we both two up and coming artists. So if she pushing that more and then you see that and you see more of her on that, it's because it's her song and she's pushing it. Like, what y'all want me to do? To grab the song for her? I got the Don't Play With a Trophy. It's me. Like, it's her song, bro. I'm the featured artist. She's on the hook and she's on her verse. So you hear more of her. She performed it more. She went on different platforms. So that's why you're seeing it. I don't know if people be wanting to start drama or if that's just really how they feel or whatever the case may be.
No, I think people just don't know the inside of
how things work. Yeah.
I had Big Brat 2 weeks ago. She just signed a 21 Savage.
Okay.
And the video went viral of her signing her contract and they handed her chains. And so the caption was, Big Brat signed for chain. And so when I had her here, she was mad. She was like, I really wanted to address this because people are so stupid. They really believe I signed for chain. And she was like, they don't, and to your point, like they don't understand what goes behind the door.
Yeah,
so it's just like,
it's a lot that goes on behind the scenes, but just the simplest part of it is it's Lola's song.
Yeah.
It's Lola's song. It's her song. Like, it's her song. She's on the most of the fucking song. I just got the feature. We're 2 up-and-coming artists. She performed it. It went viral. Y'all might be familiar with her. So that's probably why you see it more. I really don't even read comments, honestly. I stay out the comments. I'm not a person that get bothered by comments. It'd be funny to me, honestly. But I feel like as an artist, sometimes if you like indulge in what people are saying, you'll start to like feed into it. So I like to stand on 10 toes, like I said in the song.
They'll bait you to get in that comment.
It's a mental thing. And a lot of them people on there, they know how to like.
They want you to get in that.
They like, you're not mad? Why you not mad? Huh?
They want
Push
you
your
to get
buttons.
in that,
Like they want you to react and they want you to just like, to just be mad or like they just like to divide and conquer too. I feel like on the internet, like
of course
they love to divide and conquer. It's like
they want you to. They need that, and
it's entertaining for them
exactly.
though. It's entertaining, and that's why I would say it's entertainment. And they love entertaining. Sometimes when the girls are like, oh, too friendly, they're like, nah, we want y'all bitches to fight. Like, so I don't get into it. But yeah, I don't get into it, man. I don't really. It's not really a bother to me.
All right. Are we still rolling? I just wanted to make sure because we're having a good conversation and I don't want this to cut off.
Right, it's still rolling, right?
Yeah, let me make sure we're still rolling. We're having a good conversation. I don't want this to cut off. We still got 2 hours now. All right. We having a good conversation. And I came with notes, you know?
Yeah, I know. I love doing
notes,
interviews when people be prepared, child. Y'all be shocking me sometimes. I be like, oh, I said that? Like my tweets, I be drunk when I be
I went to your tweets. I went to your Facebook. I read a lot of your Facebook. There's a lot of shit. I wrote something on Facebook, but I was like, nah, let's let her rock. Let her rock. But I went to the Facebook. I think I watched all your interviews.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I
appreciate it. I appreciate it. I hate when the interviewer don't know nothing. They like, so tell me about yourself. It's like, you tell me what the fuck you want to know.
It's like, I think Nicki Minaj, the reason why I do my research is Nicki Minaj inspired me on this. She did an interview with the Breakfast Club way, way back, like 2014. And during the interview, no one knew anything except for Charlamagne. And she literally said in the middle of the interview, she was like, I want y'all to listen. Upcoming media people, if an artist is dedicating their time to you, at least take the time to know something about them. And Charlamagne was like, that's why I did my research. Ever since then, I was like, whenever I sit down with someone, I at least owe you that. You know? At least owe you that.
I mean, it makes for better content. It makes for a better conversation. Yeah. It makes for a better...
That's just disrespectful. Like,
it is disrespectful as fuck. Like, bro, I done drove through the tunnel. You didn't see the traffic I came.
It's like, that's just disrespectful. Anyway, to the conversation. Because this one was something that I saw reoccurring. And when you were on, I think, Shade 45 a while ago, not recent one, but
like with Lois
way back. With you brought it up, but it was about like the seductiveness. I mean, y'all didn't really go too much into it, but you kind of hinted at it. But it was kind of like it was about the seductiveness. You know, your appearance. How I know Upper Class made a comment a while ago about how he felt like. I saw that on Facebook. You posted it, but he felt like,
ooh, they got in his ass.
Yeah, about that. Like he felt like you could be. If you were
he's like, if this is
dressing
more
a little
sexy,
more,
yeah.
He brought up Nicki Minaj. He compared you, and he was like, you know, your shit would be out of here. But like, if we fast forward to 2022, like, do you feel that way? Do you feel like you need to include that? What's your thoughts on all that?
I feel like you need to do whatever the hell your heart desires, especially as a female in this game. This is a male-dominated industry. Males like to see ass. They like to see, they're males. They're men. They like to see, but that doesn't mean that you have to give in and you have to do what, if you want to be sexy, be sexy. If you want to be gangster, shoot guns, shoot your guns. Like, do what you have to do what you want to do. It's not, you can't think about it like, oh, I got to be more. No, because if you do it and then that picks up and now people are expecting that from you and you're not comfortable with that, you got to live with that because that's what you put out there, you know? So I do what I want to, like, I just do what I want to do. I've had times where, and that's what they got on him about, like, you didn't even go back and look at all her stuff. She been doing it, been doing that, whatever. I don't take no offense to it because, like I said, it's a male-dominated industry. Guys tell you so many different things. They tell you so many different things, and you just got to take it with a grain of salt because everybody tells you things. Like, people just feel like they could just critique, and I feel like it's because there hasn't been a lot of big female artists till now. So people always like, well, you want to be big, you got to do it like how this person do it. You got to do it like what? Don't you want to be big? You got to do it like, but now with the doors opening, with it being like a variety of women that do different things, that look different, that act different, all of that, you just really got to just stay true to yourself. And I'm happy that I stay true to myself.
I was going to say, it seemed like that's working for you.
Yeah.
Like, people like really like that authentic.
Listen.
Like, they love that street. Like, I see the men, how they be under your shit. Like, they gravitate towards that. And I think, to be honest, that's like a lot of the women nowadays, like, especially in the industry.
This is one thing though.
Shit.
It has to be genuine. It has to be genuine. Because I see a lot of girls, they come, yeah, boom, boom, boom. And you could just read, like, that's not you. That's not you. You just see that that's, maybe you don't have the body to do the sexy stuff. So you like, I'm going to go the other route. But it's not you. Like, you have, whatever you do, you have to be genuine with it. And I feel like with me, people know that I'm genuine. Like, when I'm on my gangster time and like, whatever I'm talking about, I did that. Like, you can look me in my eyes, look in my face and see that I did that. Like, like, it's genuine. Like, it has to be genuine. If you're going to be sexy, you got to be genuine with it because you want to be comfortable in your sexiness. Yeah. You don't want to be like people telling you and you like, like you're crying and you're twerking like, oh, I got to do this. Like, you don't want to be like that. You want to stay true. You have to stay true to yourself. You have to. Don't follow the trends. You got to just do what you do. But it worked for me. Like, staying true to myself worked for me. Because in the beginning, there was no gangster rapper. I used to really call myself a gangster. People was like, well, what kind of music do you do? I'm like, I'm a gangster rapper. And they look at me like, how?
I'm not, by no means am I trying to compare the career, but I'm just, when I think of you remind me of like a Remy. Like, Remy stayed true to her.
Stayed true to herself.
Street self.
Stayed true to herself.
People love
shout out
that.
To Remy too. She followed me on Instagram. I was hyped.
I peeped that. People like love, like me, I love Remy and I love the fact that she is who she is. But so I think,
but Remy, like, when you see her, when she talk, it's authentic. You know.
Yeah. Now, Remy was at the studio.
You know, like, that's really how she give it up. That's really who she is. Like, and it's like, if you just stay true to yourself and you do what you're supposed to do, it's going to work. Yeah. It might not work today, it might not work tomorrow, but it's going to work because that's just how the world works. Like, the genuine people are always going to overshadow. When the smoke clear, you're always going to be standing there if that's really what you really do, you know? So
I got a question. I mean, obviously we're here to ask questions, but like, that got me curious on like, if there's such thing as like a sexy privilege. Like, do you think there is? Because obviously that works, but if you take a step back and just look at the landscape of what the industry looks like, the majority, do you think there's a such thing as sexy privilege?
See, we're going to get deep here. I do think it's a sexy privilege because, how can I say this properly? When people feel like you're going with the agenda, they feel like they can control you. People love things that they can control. So, of course, I'm going to push through the girls that are listening. Cause I don't want to deal with those rowdy, rough girls that don't, you know? So in the industry, like the girls that do the sexy stuff, they get away with more because guys want to be around that. So it's like, I'm gonna pull you and you come because you gonna have the titties out and you gonna do this. You gonna twerk. You got the baddies. You got like the guys like that. So it's like they could control that situation. So it is a sexy privilege. It is.
But to your point earlier, when we started this interview, you said something very important when we were talking about the shock value. And you was like, it has to come with substance, right? So I think it's the same thing. It's like you can be revealing all you want, but if there's no substance there, no disrespect to Sweetie, but you sold 2,000 copies on
that was crazy
project.
To me.
You
that
know,
was
that's
crazy.
like,
I don't know. I was when I see that, I was in shock because I think Sweetie, I thought she built a fan base for the type of music that she made.
I think she has a fan base, but I think she's like,
you don't think musically she built a fan?
No, I think it's like, for me, and that's no disrespect to her at all. No, like seriously, but I think it's just more like people look at her more on like a sex appeal kind of thing. Whereas like most women model that they want to be sexy like her, not necessarily like, oh, I want to listen to her. It's like Meg. Like Meg is bigger than the music. Like she's past music. So the name Meg Thee Stallion is a bigger brand than her artistry. So people don't really go to listen to her music. They're more, what is Meg doing? Who is Meg talking to? They're more concerned about Meg Thee Stallion, the brand.
Yeah.
So I think it's just completely different with that. So
I feel like with the females though, the audience kind of disconnect the music from, like, they'll buy into, like, look at how the influencers nowadays are bigger than the artists.
Yeah.
Like the Aries and the Jaders, they bigger than artists, and they don't even make music. Like, so I think the fans just kind of like, they like do this thing where like they form this love for you, and they love everything that you come for, the way that you talk and all that, and then the music is like, oh, if it's cool, we'll throw that in there too. But they kind of disassociate that. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah,
it's really weird.
While we staying on this topic, I remember during that interview also, you said at one point you wanted to get your breast, your ass, you want to be dolled up. Like, is that still a thing? Is that still gonna happen?
Yes. What the
hell? so when you say that, do you mean like
well, okay, I don't say it because it's just like, I want to do that. No, when you are an artist, we have to, certain things you got to do, places I got to go, outfits I have to wear. I ain't be trying. You know how hard it is to tape titties up? It's hard to tape titties, and then to take the tape off, it be sticking to your nipple, to your skin. You don't want to have to do that. So it's like, let me get the body. So when I do certain things, when I go certain places, I could wear certain things comfortably, and everything look good. And I want to do that for myself. I don't have to, but I want to. So I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do it. I don't shame nobody. I don't think that shit is all on you. If
so
you
it's not an insecurity thing. It's like,
no, it's not an insecurity. It's you could say it's an insecurity. You could say it's an insecurity.
It's all right. We all got.
Yeah, everybody got insecurities, but it's not something where it's like look, I do music. I ain't gonna say. But I did some stuff, but I ain't do everything. I got more to do. But look, it ain't stopped me from, it don't stop me. I'm like, oh my God, I can't do this. No, but people having insecurities, we are women. Women, we in the mirror all day. We looking at stuff. You can't tell me. I didn't hear my mother, my grandmother say, oh, if they was doing that back in my days, I would have got that,
Oh, yeah.
The times that we living in, we don't have to sit and just be.
Yeah.
If you in it and you love it, by all means, love it down and don't let nobody discredit you from it. But if it's something that you want to change and you got the money and you can do it safely, that's my thing. Just do it safely. Don't be out here dying because you trying to do the most. Do it safely. Get it. Go do your research. Go where you need to go. Pay your money and do it safely and enjoy it so you could be able to enjoy it. You do not want to die doing no damn surgeries. That's like, that shit is crazy to me. Like, people doing the basement shit and all that.
I saw you. I see you be popping up on the gram, so I thought you already got it, like the surgery done.
I got some things. I got some things. If you go back in the videos and you go look, you could probably spot out some things. Yeah.
Yo,
I did some things, baby. I ain't gonna lie about it. And I'm gonna do some more. Okay? The fuck? I done some things, y'all.
No,
But you know what?
Anime.
You know what? When somebody asked, I was on TikTok live earlier and I was doing like the question thing. And it was like, what was my dream job as a child? I wanted to be a plastic surgeon. My mom got it on video and I was like, I want to be a plastic surgeon because I want people to love themselves, whatever, and make people happy. But I grew up on MTV. All the little white girls was getting titties done and all that. They was like 17. Their parents are signing off for them to get titties. So it wasn't like surgery and all that. It was just like, oh, okay, like that's what you do. Like that was like our generation kind of thing. I don't know. But people be lying about it and stuff. I don't think that shit, just do what you want to do. It's your body. It's your lifetime. Because I see a lot of girls that do the surgery shame and stuff. But then when you speak to them in person, they be like, damn, I would do that, but I can't. It's like, you're scared.
Yeah.
You're scared. A lot of people would be scared to go under the knife. You got to get put to sleep. You got to, just imagining it is like, what? And then the process of recovering and shit is crazy. So I could understand why you're scared, but don't try to discredit somebody or make somebody feel bad about it because you're scared to do it.
Yeah.
And that's really all it comes down to. A lot of girls just be scared. And because they can't get that out their mind, like getting over that for them to do it, they just want to discredit people that do it. Because it's like, but they be liking it. The girls be liking it, child. Because they be in your DM, girl, what you did? Where'd you go?
This question just popped in my head right now. And I want to ask it. What if you had a man and he was like, I want to get a dick and like surgery to enhance his penis? Like, would you support that? Like, that's what you would support? Because it does exist now.
No, it does.
Like,
it does exist. I honestly don't know how I would feel about that. I don't know how I would feel about that. But if I never thought about that.
Yeah, I just thought about, I don't know why I'm thinking about that. I shouldn't be.
But you know what's crazy? It might be a little it might be some double standards to it because if my man was like, yo, I'm about to go get some lipo, I might look at him a little, like,
yeah, that's
what you trying to get lipo for? Like, well, I mean, I like what I like. So but for certain things for men, I just feel like it's a little extra. Like now you taking a little too far. Like I like my men rugged. I like a rugged man. Like you got listen, look, not dirty, not dirty now, not dirty, but a little rugged, little hood. I like that. I like because it just gives you like it's like you're masculine. Like if you too. It's like, boy, I don't want you stealing my stuff, my scrubs and shit like that. I need you to be a man. Like, I need to feel like you are the man. Especially, maybe it's because I'm aggressive, so I need like a super masculine man. I don't know. If you start doing stuff like that, I'm gonna start thinking like, why you want it? Like, girls, we do that. Like, girls, we do wigs, we do all type of stuff. We morph, like we morph in and out. But men, I don't know.
Now I got two more questions. This one, if you don't want to answer it, just say, Art, mind your fucking business. Oh. That's all you gotta say.
I plead the fifth.
But it's a rumor. Please, RP the faith. It's a rumor I saw. I don't know if it's true or not, but obviously you're here to confirm it. But I saw that like there's a video on YouTube saying that you pressed Young M.A. for money, God. Or is that true?
That is not true.
Okay.
That is not true. That is the oldest, fakest video.
You know what I'm talking about,
yes.
Right? Okay.
Yo, it's so funny because so much people always say that to me. So much people always, I know if Young M.A. ever got a whiff of that, listen, girl, I ain't never, ever said no shit like that.
Okay.
Just when I was beefing with another girl at one time, I don't know what was going on, but I think it was just the whole gang affiliation thing. Somebody just made up a fake video, really literally made it. I never even met Young M.A. I probably seen her one time at like a show or something, but never had no words, no nothing. I don't even know this girl. Like,
yeah.
No, that is so fake.
And then my last two questions, one relating to the music.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to know, you're pushing the Break single right now.
Mm-hmm.
What else is following that? And I don't know if this is still in the vault, but you said a year ago you were working with Shy K on a song or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know if it's coming out. It's not my song. It was like a collaborative.
I would love to hear that.
I'll let you hear it. I got it in my notes
I
somewhere.
would love to hear that.
But I don't know. I hope we could do a new song. I feel like that song is probably dated by now because that was like 2 years ago.
Girl.
I know, right? Shit. Can't say that because don't play with this too. But I mean, shit. They hit me up about it like literally like last week. So maybe we could get a new song in. Cause I don't really like that song no more.
Yeah. I'm interviewing him Thursday. I'm telling drop that fucking record.
Yeah, he's dope. He's dope.
I'm
I
gonna
love
leak
his
that
energy.
shit. God damn it.
I love his energy. He's dope. Politics aside, I don't know about all that what he got going on, but he's dope. Like he's mad cool.
He's smart. There's one thing I didn't like that he did, because this is our second interview. Our first one we did, he told me something I didn't agree with, but I understood it.
Mm-hmm.
And what you just said about the whole substance thing, it made sense, because he said when he was trying to come up, he was dissing anybody just because he knew that's what was going to get him hot. And he was like, that's all I did. Because I was like, how did you get it popping? He was like, I was just dissing people because I knew that was going to get me hot.
Mm-hmm.
But then he said something that I didn't like. He was like, but what I forgot to keep in mind was the people I was dissing lived next door to me. And so they would come looking for me, and I wouldn't be home, and my parents would be home. And he was like, that's the only thing I regret, is I shouldn't have dissed people in my neighborhood. So this is
that's what I be trying to say. Like, you gotta,
be careful.
Yeah, be careful a little bit. Or maybe diss some out of town niggas.
I'm about not this. Anyway, back to you. So music,
I got
Break. I don't know if it's a single, but
Break is out. We pushing. It's moving around. I didn't expect Break to do.
That record's hard.
I love it. I was like, let me dabble. I always wanted to do a damn Jersey club song, and I could never find a producer that do it. So when I found when Synesthetic, my producer, sent it to me, I was in love with it, and it came out, and people loved it, and I love it. But we got Big Brooklyn. I don't know if you've seen. I did the on the block.
I saw that.
I mean, block work. The block work freestyle.
This was you on the train.
Yeah, and that went crazy. Then Flex played it on the radio the next day. The song ain't even out. Like,
man, that's
coming next. I'm about to shoot the video for that and put that out. And I got mad singles. Like, I got mad singles coming. I'm excited for everybody to hear and just see all that I'm about to do, because people think that I'm just like one way, and I'm very versatile.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna give you everything at once. Y'all gotta just keep coming, and the more y'all come with me, I'm gonna keep showing y'all more and more, and keep unlocking new levels. Like, it's gonna be fun.
Well, I'm excited. Continued success to you. Keep growing, and I'm gonna keep watching and following along I was doing in college.
Yes, right. That's so crazy.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
That's wild, man. It's a full circle moment.
Full circle. Everything comes full circle. It's so crazy how the world works. And that's why you got to be mindful of things you do too, because you just never know, and they gonna come spin that block. Right?
Nah, you're right. Mm-hmm. You're right. But yeah, congratulations to you, and continued success to you. Let them know where they could follow you on social media if they don't know by now. And
TAC Billy B on everything except for TikTok. TikTok is TAC Billy Blue. And please don't DM me. Please do not DM me. Like, I'm tired of y'all. Y'all see me. Y'all be like, oh, you so Hollywood. I DM'd you. I do not see my DMs. My DMs are like be flooded, especially with Don't Play With It taking off.
It's like, oh.
My DMs are stupid. So my email is in my bio. I am Billy Blue. It's simple. I am Billy Blue, BLEU at Gmail. Just for serious anything. Just email me, please.
Since we talking about DM, I just want to put this out there because God is good. And when I was in college, I did DM you to do an interview with you. I did DM you to do an interview with you when I was in college, because I was doing interviews through Zoom.
Wow.
I wasn't in New York at that time, but I was like, I DM'd you in college when I was trying to do an interview with you. So,
but see,
it's a full circle moment. I waited till the end of the interview to put that out there, because I ain't.
But this is why. But see, okay, I used to be high as fuck. Now imagine like you smoking and drinking all day. I used to be talking to people in my DMs. They'd be like, yeah, I spoke to you in the DM. I'm like, I don't remember that shit. Like, I don't remember. But yeah, like my DMs is just hell. Please don't DM me.
Don't DM her.
Don't DM me. Don't
hit the email. It works better.
Email. I promise you'll get back expeditiously.
All right. Anything else you promoting right now?
I think we covered everything.
Okay. All right, y'all. It's Cam Capone News. Thank y'all for tuning in. All right. Peace.
What's up? This is Cam Capone. We got more content like this coming soon, so hit that like button, subscribe, and stay locked in to Cam Capone News.